and welcome to the news of Broke Glass, episode 31. I was going to make this episode 30 part 2, but what's the point? It's been 2 weeks, so there's no point in that. It's the 16th, or what day is it? Is it the 16th or the 17th? Today's the 17th of February, it's Thursday. Tonight, VXS, I'm going to be watching that. I'll do a little preview of that. It's on Fight. I wish they'd just put these shows on IWTV because they've got like no peace and things, and you just have to spend more money and it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, as you can see, there's a new logo, professionally done logo, which I am very, very fucking happy with. I'm going to try and find the guy's page here for you. If anybody, I'll put a little link for it in the description. It's Idle Mind, the guy who did the little graphic for the little skull for Bleeding Gums. And we have a new logo for the News That Broke Glass. Woo! I'm going to implement that into a new like intro video and stuff with the same sort of music and things and new stuff and new this and new that. Anyway, we're on our way, not from misery to happiness. Well, into misery a little bit, because the first sort of news I'll go over is very sad news. Is Takeda, crazy kid, Masashi Takeda's wife died at the start of the year, and he is now on a long-term hiatus, temporary retirement, to look after his kids. So we've no more Masashi Takeda in Japan or in anywhere, so very, very sad news for him and his family and for us as fans. So hopefully things go as well as they possibly can for Takeda. But he would be in my top Mount Rushmore, everybody says Mount Rushmore wrestling. Mine would be Takeda, Kasai, Nick Gage, Danny Havoc, always been the same since for years and years and years, maybe the last 10 years. So, a very, very sad news. But I think Alex Colon and Stephen I and stuff have got like a little sort of like raffle with lots of wrestlers putting in various different things to try and get more money for Takeda. I'll probably put money in for it into that raffle. I'm not too sure when it is. I'll find out. I'll put a thing somewhere, maybe in the next episode, because I think it's maybe sometime in March, I'm not too sure. Anyway, I went to TNT's DOA 3 or DOA 2022 in Liverpool on February 3rd. I got this fucking sick Rory Coyle t-shirt, which I'm very, very happy to get. I got some other t-shirts. Where are they? I like buying t-shirts. Where are we? I got a DOA t-shirt. There we go. It says DOA. Then on the back you've got Alex Colon, who was not at the show. We'll get over that. All the guys, 3 of the people on the back of this were not at the show. I also got the same thing as a jumper. I just love all this little fucking jumper, look at that, and it's got Dead or Alive on the fucking sleeves, not too bad. And I also got a fucking, where is it? Big fucking Joe. Fuck yeah. Anyway, there's another t-shirt there, but that's for something else, I'll talk about that afterwards. Anyway, so TNT DOA. Now I'm going to try and remember the results off the top of my head, because you go to a show, you're having a couple of beers, you're enjoying yourself, you know, you sometimes can't remember the entire match card. I was not VIP tickets. There's general admission tickets are like £20. VIP tickets are like £40, I think. And the VIP that gives you like a seat or up in the balcony and you actually get a view. Where I was just normal tickets, I was like, I'll be fine. I'll be able to see anything. But if you're not like 6'4", I couldn't see fuck all. So there was like this tiny little like abandoned like DJ booth thing that me and my girlfriend went and sat in. It was like right in between the 2 toilets and near the bar. Hey, cats join me again. So we kind of sat there. It was kind of like if I had to run a show maybe there, I would maybe have the ring maybe slightly further closer and I'd use that as like a hard cam type thing. But anyway, we got there. I thought somebody was going to say, get the fuck out of there, but they didn't, so who knows. And it was in the Fusion nightclub. I mean, the venue looked cool, there's sort of hanging down light things and stuff, but just like, if you don't get VIP, you're fucked for a seat. If I hadn't found that, I would have had an awful fucking time. Anyway, what was the matches? We had Clint Margera's defending the Extreme title against Rory Coyle, the video nasty. Match was decent, there was videotapes, kendo sticks, there was like, I don't know what to call them, like cars, like clamp things they're putting in each other's mouths. Match was decent. I was really wanting Rory Coyle to win. He didn't. Clint Margera won. Boo, but hey ho, at least got to see Rory Coyle. I got to meet him and then get his t-shirt. So the elephants or elephant in the room is Alex Colon wasn't there. because there was a big fucking hurricane, no-fly zone fucking thing over where he was flying out of. Charlie Evans cancelled basically the day of the show, and Tyler Devlin wasn't there either. I don't know why Tyler Devlin wasn't there. So we've got 3 out of the 8 that did not turn up. So we'll understand. I thought they were going to make Coyle and Clint like opening round match, but they didn't. Who knows? Anyway, so let me try and remember what the fuck, because I went on Cage Match and I was like, yeah, just to try and get the card. Anyway, so opening first round match was Lou Nixon was against Session Moth Martina with like barbed wire ropes, barbed wire tables. This match was alright. Session Moth was there. They had like a little drinking thing, punching each other. There was nice power bomb through barbed wire tables. Match was alright. Session Moth was bleeding quite a lot. Decent match. Big Lou beat her. Second match, we got Cameron Solace against Big Fucking Joe. Match of the night. Loads and loads of light tubes. Just sick fucking is. I've got a little video up on the channel of the TNT DOA thing. It's like 14 minutes long. From me up in my little crow's nest thing, taking videos, so you can watch that. They went into the crowd, they came right up to where we were. That was probably the best match of the night. It was Big Joe against Cameron Sauce, definitely. It was a home run derby, so lots and lots of light tubes, thumbtack bats. My friend Dean, who built a lot of the weapons for the fucking show, he built like a sort of cracker bat and it worked really well, but I didn't fucking manage to get my camera because I'm an idiot. What was the next fucking match? I think it was HT Drake was replacing Tyler Devlin against Aspen Faith. And this match was pretty good. There was like a big sick Van Terminator with a chair. There was like 2 chairs with like cut cans on them, and fucking Aspen Faith took a fucking bump through that. It was fucking sick. Aspen Faith ended up winning that one. Now I'm just going to go over these as quickly as possible because I can't, my brain is so much, like, there's no, I've went online like 3 different things to try and find the full results for this show, and it was like 2 weeks ago now. I still can't find anything. So it's just me off the top of my head. Then we came out, and this would have been, I think, was it Charlie Evans against Alex Colon? I think it was going to be a first round. So somebody else, so instead of that, we got Clint Margera came in. Clint Margera was there. He's now entered into the tournament, and he was against Alton Thorne. He was a guy from KCW. We're going to talk about them in a minute. This match was really fucking good. There was like a big sick fucking spinning like side boss man slam. There was a big bag, like one of Thorne's gimmicks is like a big bag of like nettles, and this one was like holly bush leaves. There was a big thing of skewers got stuck into his head. That was me that brought them. It was me. Yeah, that match was really fucking good. And then Clint won, unsurprisingly. Really good showing for Alton Thorne. Like I obviously just got called up very last minute for that. He was really good. Very fucking underrated guy. And then we move on to the semi-finals. Was Lou Nixon against Big Joe, and I think fans bring the weapons or something. I can't remember. Majority of this match, I was standing at the bar for ages. I was trying to like watch it and stuff, and there was like, I remember seeing the bit where one of the fans had like this sort of light tube sword thing. I think he's brought it to like a couple of Rise shows, and he had it, and then he like went to hit it over Joe or Lou Nixon or someone and hit the wrong guy or whatever. That was a pretty funny spot. This match pretty much ended where like I think Lou had a choke on Big Joe and he went to fall back through a sheet of glass, but it's British fucking shower door glass, doesn't fucking break. Fucking looked like fucking pretty painful bump. Big Joe wins, and then the second semi-final was Taipei Deathmatch. Was Clint versus Aspen Faith, and Clint Margera won that one. Can't remember much of that. See, this is off the top of my head to try and remember all this fucking shit. I will say that the show was very good. Obviously, the best matches are the Big Joe matches. Any match he was in was fucking awesome. Especially the one with Cameron Sauce at the start, and I'd probably say that and the main event were the 2 best matches. But I wouldn't say there was a bad match on the show. Maybe like, no, there wasn't really anything. The Session Moth against Lou Nixon match was like a little bit slower, but I mean, it was still fucking good. So we got the main event was a TNT Extreme Deathmatch. There was light tubes everywhere. I took a big box of bundles that you would have seen built and thing. I think they took some of those bundles apart for using them as light tube ropes. It's fine. It's fine. It's alright. In the future I just won't spend an hour and a half taping them all up. But they still had some taped bundles that were mine, which was nice. This match was fucking great. Just Big Joe running cannibal spots. Fucking, there was a bucket of salt, or was that in the last match? I think that might have been the Lou Nixon match, or was that this match? There was salt poured on somebody by Big Joe. I think it might have been this. There was a bit where there was like the fire, like sort of sparkler spot with Big Joe. There was a bit where like two big light tube bundles were kind of put on the side of Joe's head, and fucking Clint was smashing them in with chairs. There was like fucking snow plows and fucking Death Valley drivers and all sorts of shit, and it was really fucking good. And Clint Margera wins. He is now two-time, I believe, DOA champion. The show was really good. Venue's decent, but do get VIP. I think Big Joe should have won, personally. That's just my personal opinion. But decent experience, because the last time I was at TNT was DOA, the second one with Jimmy Lloyd and RSP. And I think that was at the Hangar in Liverpool. So this venue's alright, but like if I hadn't found that thing, I'd be fucked. So yeah, decent show for TNT's DOA 3. Always good to see more deathmatch wrestling, and the place was fucking like sold out. There was like fucking 300, 400 people there, so fuck yeah. Anyway, moving on to KCW. Now moving on to Kumite Combat Wrestling. They had that show cancelled the other month. It was a pain in the fucking ass. They have now got a date, which is Sunday the 27th, which I think is the day after Rise's next show. I have that written down somewhere. Where is it? Yes, the day after Rise's next show in Nottingham, which is at the Beer Keller, whatever. In Nottingham, go on there, Facebook for tickets and stuff. I think the show's more or less going to be similar to what the last show was. I think it was going to be like Big Joe against Tomby, a drink off with Darko and somebody, Alton Thorne, or maybe Tyler Devlin against a guy called Johnny Concrete or something, I think like that. But I think also Michael Caden's going to be debuting for that show. And Alex Colon is going to be doing a little sort of mini week or 2 week sort of excursion to the UK in the summer for a week or so. So he is going to be turning up at KCW and I think Rise as well. And thanks to KCW, they also got this nice fucking t-shirt. Go on their Facebook, Facebook them, message them, get this. So they're like £11, £12 or something. Very fucking nice fucking t-shirt. They got stickers as well. Anyway, always good to see more fucking deathmatch wrestling here in the UK. And what else do we have now? Rise, this is the Rise March show, which will be the day before the Kumite show. I think they should probably just have them all in the same building, because I mean it's going to be fine for people. Like Nottingham's not that far away, so Nottingham's going to be the KCW show on the Sunday. The Saturday is going to be Rise and Leeds. It's about 2 hours in between Leeds. But for me, if I'm going to be doing that, it means I'm going to have to travel down to Leeds, get a hotel, travel there, get a hotel, have another day off work and stuff. You know, just have them both in Leeds. But I mean, maybe it's a venue issue. They don't have to. Fuck, who knows? Anyway. So the Rise March show now is a name. It's called How Is This Not Illegal, which is a very apt title. March 25th, Eager Studios. We don't have any, but I think we've got like a poster for it, which appears. We've got like Big Joe, Caden, Nixon, fucking Darwin, B.A. Rose, all these sort of people in it. So who knows what that? I think we're going to hear more about it next, because it's still like more than a month away, you know. And then we've got announcements for the Outlaw Cup. I'll unfortunately not be at Kumite or at Rise in March, boo, because I've got a new job starting on Monday. And I am not sure days off and holidays and things for March. I will 100% be at the Outlaw Cup that whole weekend. But I will not be at the Rise shows in March, unfortunately. But I think I read somewhere that they will be able to watch them anywhere in the world, so I think they might be on IWTV. Fingers fucking crossed. Anyway, Outlaw Tournament at the Welling Hall, April 30th for the European Deathmatch Championship, hosted by Deathmatch Outlaws and Rise. We've got announced so far, unsurprisingly, the 4 fucking Outlaws are in the tournament, an 8-person tournament. Lou Nixon, Big fucking Joe, Darko, Caden, and we've got 4 more to go. And I think with Alex Colon in doing his little excursion, I think one of them might be Alex Colon. Hopefully he doesn't, if he isn't, hopefully he doesn't fucking win. Hopefully he doesn't win. I mean, I don't know. I think everybody just wants to see Big Joe against Alex Colon, you know? And Darko. Lou Nixon against Alex Colon. All 4 of those guys against Alex Colon would be fucking awesome. Anyway, that is it for British deathmatch news. Here are those notes. And we will move on to... where the fuck is my other thing? There we go. So we will move further on to ICW No Holds Barred, and I've got the full card here for NHB. NHB 22 in Chicago, which, you know, at the fucking, what's the name of the building again? At the Galley Arena in Villa Park, Illinois. So, we'll just go through the 8 of this card looks so fucking good. Like, this will probably be like one of the cards of the fucking year. I've already went through this before, but I'll go through it fucking again because I fucking love this shit. Hoodfoot against fucking Schlack. Aero Boy against Neil fucking Diamond Cutter, so happy Neil's back in the chains. Eric fucking Ryan returns against fucking legend IWS fucking hardcore deathmatch legend Viking. Another IWS hardcore deathmatch legend, the Green fucking Phantom, is against Akira. And I did watch a H2O match, which was randomly Chuck Payne, Jimmy Lyon, and the Green Phantom in a thumbtack deathmatch. It was awesome. So good to see the Green Phantom. Jimmy Lyon fucking beat the Green Phantom. I couldn't fucking believe that. Anyway, Satu Jin against the legend Madman Pondo. We've got Big fucking Joe returning to ICW against Dale Patrick, so that'll be fucking good. And a match I'd probably be most looking forward to the entire night, the fucking Bev against John Wayne Murdoch. And our main event we have for that show now is a match nobody thought, it was like what Danny said, he was like, nobody thought this would happen. I think this is the second or third multi-man 4-way match in ICW No Holds Barred history. 4-way American Deathmatch title fight. Jake Christ, Tommy Vendetta, Reed Bentley, the champion, and Justin Kyle. Holy fuck. Cannot wait for that. So that is not this weekend, but next weekend. Can't fucking wait for that. It's going to be a late bell time of 9 PM, so it'll start at 2 in the morning for us here. Hopefully I have that Sunday off, because I will be getting motherfucking fucked up for that one. Anyway, we've got new matches announced for PFX 10 and NHB 23 in Tennessee, which is, so PFX 10, the return of the pit, well, the return of the pit fighter cage. 11th of March, TW Arena in Red Bank, Tennessee. So we've now got Brandon Kirk against Merck. You remember Merck from TWE thing, he was against John Wayne Murdoch in the last pit show. Was it the last pit show? Pit 6. I think it was the last pit 6. I've got a post up there, you probably can't see it. Yeah, Merck against thing. Anyway. Yeah, it would be the last pit. And we've got Casey Kirk against John Wayne fucking Murdoch. What the fuck? That'll be fucking awesome. And a guy called Derek Neal, who I've never heard of, against Justin fucking Kyle. So that'll be fucking interesting in the fucking pit. And for NHB 23, which is the day after, on the 12th of March at the TV Arena, Red Bank, Tennessee, Dominic Guarini returns, and him and his partner Kevin Fu were on AEW Dynamite last night, I believe. They were security guards for MJF or CM Punk or something like that. So good for them getting on TV. So Dominic Guarini's returns, Schlack's against Cruel in the fucking chains, and a match which I think could steal the show anywhere in the world, Hoodfoot against the Bev. Holy fuck, I just hiccuped there because I'm so excited. Now, we move on to ICW 24, if I can find my fucking phone. Where is it? This will be April 1st at the Hart Ballroom, New York, New Jersey. ICW No Holds Barred is staying fucking home for WrestleMania weekend. I'll be watching that over anything. We have got some wrestlers announced for this show. Kimona Wanalea, ECW's Kimona, is appearing. Fuck, that'll be mental. Tank and the Rev, Eric fucking Ryan, and Schlack. So far, all staying home for NHB 24. And now we will move on to GCW. There is a lot of fucking GCW shit going down. So many fucking things to talk about. So I watched, yes, Nellie, what is it? Where are we? I watched GCW versus Local Wrestling Fight Club 2 in Houston. I did not watch the entire card because I could not be arsed. I still paid for these cards. Remember everybody, I still pay for these. I've only watched one fucking match. I still fucking paid all my fucking, so I've like, so these two shows, the next two shows, the two shows after that, you're looking at like what, $40, $60 for like 6 shows in like the space of like 2 weeks. Like fuck me, man. Anyway, first match, Jordan Oliver, Chris Carter, Grim Reaper, Lowrider. Who cares? Didn't watch it. Ali Catch against Mysterious Q. Match was alright. Ali Catch wins. This is going to be a short review of this one. Next match, one of the better matches of the night. Ninja Mac against Nick Wayne. I believe Nick Wayne has been offered a AEW contract at some sort of show that Darby Allin was on that I didn't see. Nick Wayne's like fucking 16, like fuck, crazy fucking shit. That match was really good, Ninja Mac won. Sam Stackhouse defeated Dante Leon in a really good match, I thought. There was like a bulldog off the ramp through like doors, there was like moonsaults from Sam Stackhouse and big kicks and fucking dives and everything. And Sam Stackhouse won the local wrestling championship, which is pretty mental. Akis Kogar destroyed some guy called Gina Mendina, who I'd never seen before. Always good to see Atticus. We'll never skip an Atticus match. Effie against Brian Keith. Shame Brian Keith didn't win, but I mean, they're trying to like build it, because this is the next show after the Hammerstein. And fucking Atticus did mention that. He's like, so we're at the Hammerstein and our next show's like in this dingy little shithole building in Texas. Because this show's in Houston, Texas, at the Houston Premier Arena. And this was on the 4th of February. Anyway, Effie, you know, he got beat by Jeff Jarrett, now he's fighting Brian Keith and he wins. So what's the point in the Jeff Jarrett? Ah, fuck, I'm going to stop complaining about that. 4-way match, Blake Christian, ASF, Gringo Loco and Mascara Dorada. Good match. 7 minutes. See, a lot of these matches were actually short. Short matches. Less than, the longest match was was Ali Catch. And then Sam Stackhouse. There's not every single match isn't fucking 18 fucking minutes long. Thank fuck for that. Blake Christian beat ASF, Gringo Loco and Dorada. Match really good. And then the main event, it was meant to be Sanica against Matt Tremont, but there was weather problems, so Tremont couldn't be there, Matthew Justice couldn't be there, and I don't think AJ Gray could be there. So the main event was changed. To, it was now a steel cage death match with light tubes and stuff, and it was going to be Jimmy Lloyd against Sadaka. And this is when Atticus Kogar came out. A guy called Chris Carter, who I've never seen, just sort of appeared, jumped from the top of the cage into the ring. Going to be him, never seen him before. And then Atticus Kogar came down to make it a 4-way. And this match was fucking awesome. Just brutal light tube shots and everything. That Chris Carter got the fucking shit kicked out of him. He had like a fucking door slammed over his head, like right over his head, and a fucking chair thrown at his head, and skewers stabbed in his head, and he got fucking headlock drivered with loads of skewers, and just the amount of punishment his fucking head took. No hands up, no nothing. He got fucking the shit kicked out of him. Very impressed with that young man. Very good. And Atticus fucking won. Great. Fucking show was meh. The stuff I watched was alright. Sam Stackhouse match, Dante Leon's decent. The Blake Christensen 4-way and the main event 4-way was all good. Then we move on to the next night. GCW's another, just the names of the shows. There's too many shows, too many fucking names to keep up with. GCW's If I Die First was in Dallas, Texas at the Athletic Zone. This was February 5th. And I watched this entire show. First match, Dante Leon and Ninja Mac against Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne. Match was alright. Ninja Mac and Dante Leon won. I mean, flips and dives and things you've seen 1,000 times, decent. Next match, John Wayne Murdoch came down. Still slight shitty commentary from Kevin Gill was his prone in John Wayne Murdoch matches. Anyway, he came down, Matthew Justice isn't there. John Wayne Murdoch's like, I don't know if it's brain damage or he missed his flight. Alex Colone's ducking him, Matthew Justice ducking him, so he done an open challenge. And he fought ASF. ASF came out. Strange. There was lots of chairs and fucking the ending spot was like a brain buster from the top through like a door put in between like Brett's rope and like slammed like right through that. John Wayne Murdoch won. Decent match. I mean, you know, different clash of styles, ASF and stuff. Pretty good. Next match, AJ Gray against Ali Catch. I skipped it because I don't care. Next match was Mike Bailey against Jimmy Lloyd. Always good to see Mike Bailey. Great that he's back in the fucking US. Love Mike Bailey. I think it was probably one of my favourite best of the best when he won the trophy. Match was awesome, just dives and flips and kicks, and Jimmy Lloyd fucking looking great as well. Then we got the next match, probably the longest match of the entire night, was Psycho Clown against Gringo Loco. I think somebody said that Gringo Loco like missed his flight, got cancelled, and he had to drive there, and he lost his gear and everything. And he wasn't fucking about with Psycho Clown. This match went fucking long. Like, he ripped off Psycho Clown's mask, he like fucking hit him with a chair, busted him open, Gringo Loco was busted open. They went up to like the top of like a sort of like American football goals thing, and they both did like dives. Gringo Loco did a senton through him, and it fucking through a door. They were fighting in the crowd. They were bleeding everywhere. In the spot there was like light tubes, doors, chairs. Like they just beat the fuck out of each other. And in the end, Psycho Clown, I think, bashed light tubes over Gringo Loco and gave him a sort of kryptonite crunch off the top through like a door, and he won. And then I think at GCW's collective, there's going to be like a Gringo Loco Lucha thing event, and they're going to have that match again, but then something else might happen later on. Anyway, then we got a scramble match, and I thought, ugh, deranged, ROH deranged. Grim Reaper, Alex Zane, Dark Sheik, and Atticus Cogar, so I watched the match. I think it was going to be Alex Zane was going to pin Deranged, and then Atticus Cogar run in, stole the pin, skewered Alex Zane, run away. Good times. I think they're going to be fighting at this weekend's GCW show. There's too many shows, too many fucking shows. Then we got Blake Christian against the Laredo Kid in a decent match. It's Blake Christian, you know you're going to get dives and flips and Spanish flies and all sorts of shit. Blake Christian won, just pushing him. I mean, he's still... Did he win that match? I think he's sure he won that match against Leo Rush. And then no more chat about Jonathan Gresham, no more chat about anything. Hey-ho. Then we got Dr. Wagner Jr. against Joey Janela. A treat to see Dr. Wagner Jr. Isn't it you? He's a good cat. This match was awesome. Fucking chairs. This was like violent as well. Like Joey Janela hit that chair was fucking pissing blood. It was diving like over merchandise tables, and fucking Joey went to the top and done like a big fucking senton thing right through a door on the floor. It was just bloody violent match. Big chops and big forearms between two guys, and then there's like a sort of Joey set up like a chair contraption of like 4 or 5, 6 chairs, some of them upside down. Wagner like threw him through it. Fucking hell. Dr. Wagner won, beat Joey Janela. Awesome fucking match. Joey Janela just gets to fight like all these fucking like legends and always has fucking stellar fucking matches with them. And what does he do in AEW? Absolutely nothing. It's a travesty, really. Anyway, he knows he's GCW knows his worth. Then Dr. Wagner Jr., who's got the fucking coolest voice ever, by the way, basically said thanks to everybody. And then Psycho Clown came out, because apparently it was years and years ago Psycho Clown took Dr. Wagner's mask. So now, basically, they were saying Dr. Wagner challenged Psycho Clown to a mask versus hair match at Spring Break, I think. So who knows? Anyway, this show was alright for GCW show. Some of the matches are kind of violent. We saw a bundle of light tubes, Dr. Wagner, Joey Janela, Psycho Clown, Gringo Loco, and John Wayne Murdoch ASF. The rest of the stuff, Bailey as well. So yeah, it was decent enough. I've seen far worse shows from GCW. Now we'll move on to some previews of GCW stuff, if I could fucking find my phone. So, this is going to be on February the 19th, in 2 days' time, in Atlantic City. Thank fuck they're back at the Showboat. My god, fuck the Hammerstein Ballroom. Just stay. The Showboat should always be their biggest venue, because it's the most beautiful and the most violent, and it's got the best memories. I mean, aside from like Howell, New Jersey, obviously. Anyway, GCW's Believe Me. We can... Where is the card? Believe Me. So also announced for Believe Me, Nick Gage will address on his future with GCW, which is strange. I think what he probably will do, he could retire. He's one of the few wrestlers that started wrestling like CCW in like 1999 who's like still around and still wrestling. He could retire, but he has just won the tag titles with Matt Tremont. Or he might just come on the mic and say, I'm gonna fucking, the only time I'll retire is when I fucking die in this ring, MDK all day, blah blah blah, you know? Who knows? Anyway, this is the card. Matt Tremont against fucking Hoodfoot. Fuck yeah. Like, I'm actually going to watch these shows. Jimmy Lloyd against Blake Christian. That'll be an interesting match. Jordan Oliver against Nick Wayne. I meant to skip that. Mascara Dorado, who is Grand Metalik, is against Joey Janela. That'll be interesting. See, I mean, Joey Janela always gets these cool matches. 8-man tag team match. We've got Second Gear Crew. One called Manders is back. Holy fuck. Manders, AJ Gray, Effie, Matthew Justice. I think Manders are only there because Mads Warner's injured. And they are against ASF, Gringo Loco, Jack Cartwheel and Kamikaze. Being interesting. See, that's sort of interesting, because it's like big tag team shit. It's not scramble. And then we've got a single match between Atticus Cogar and Billy Starks. That'll be fucking good. I don't even think there's a scramble on this show. Yay! No scrambles. Fucking lovely jubbly. That's what we want to hear. Then we have the Briscoes, Jay and Mark, are against the SAT, Joel and Jos Maximo. Fucking blast of the past, that'll be great. John Wayne Murdoch against G Raver, fuck yeah. And the main event, ultra-violent title match, Alex Colon against Reed fucking Bentley. And I almost forgot to mention, At TNT in March, which we have. Where's the fucking thing? I nearly forgot to mention this because I've on a bit of paper that's got grey on it. TNT Wrestling presents Thrill Kill, and obviously Alex Colon wasn't at the TNT show because of the flight thing, blah blah blah. Basically, Thrill Kill's March 10th at Fusion Nightclub. We've got Scotty 2 Hotties against Gene Money with ref Session Moth Martina, that'll be interesting. Dan Maloney, who's the TNT World Champion, is against Ace Romero. And now, champion versus champion, Alex Colon is flying over to TNT with the GCW Ultraviolent title versus title against Clint Margera, TNT Extreme Division champion, in a death match. So that'll be fucking good. And GCW versus TNT have been announced again. I still have tickets for this. GCW was it was meant to be a GCW run on a show one night, and then the next night or the night before was TNT against GCW. And I have tickets for one of the shows. I'll buy tickets for both. VIP balcony tickets I had. And I bought these in like February 2020, just before the pandemic. It was meant to be in August. And now it has been announced, I've heard rumours that it's going to be in September. So we'll probably get fucking Alex Colon and GCW boys over for TNT against GCW. So that'll be interesting. But get balcony get VIP seats for that. None of the fucking about shit for that, because that'll be fucking even more packed than DOA was. Anyway, moving on. So that'll be, believe me, that is on the 19th, the Saturday. And where are we? We will move on to the show on the Sunday, which is Don't Tell Me What to Do, which is a shite name, by GCW, February 20th, Atlantic City Showboat. Where's the card for Don't Tell Me What to Do? Sound like a little fucking bratty little teenage cunt. Don't tell me what to do. Like fucking Cartman or something. Where are we? So, we have got Too Cold Scorpio against Gringo Loco. That'll be alright. This is, I start my new job on the Monday. And on the same day as this card's on the Sunday, the 20th, I will be away the day before I start my new job. Dangerous territory. I will be away to see ICW's Square Go, not ICW in Old Bard, Scotland's ICW in Glasgow, for the Square Go show that they've got going on. And I don't know, I might wear this. I don't know, I'll wear some sort of deathmatchy stuff. If anybody in Scotland's going to that, give me a shout. So then we've got Atticus Cogar against Alex Zane, which will be good. Hopefully Atticus Cogar wins because he skewered him. Whatever. Blake Christensen against Ninja Mac, that'll be decent. Dragon Kid against ASF, or Drago Kid. The guy's like tiny, against ASF, that'll be really good. I'm actually really looking forward to that match. Then we have got Joey Janela and Marco Stunt against the Second Gear Crew, AJ Gray and Matthew Justice. Fair enough. And then we've got the two matches that might actually be matter slightly more. Alex Colon's defending his Ultraviolent title against Orn Veit. Orn Veit making's returned to GCW since, I think, TOS 666, I think? Was that his last show? And then the main event, the real fucking main event, the fucking new hate clubs that are being built by Cage Match and Kevin Gill and things. Is Matt Tremont and Nick Gage the champions against the fucking rejects John Wayne Murdoch and fucking Reed Bentley in a tag team death match for the GCW World Tag Team title. So that'll be fucking good. That's this weekend. What else do we have? GCW. So GCW's, why is it GCW's? There's just too much. There's literally too much GCW stuff. They have got the Collective, which is, they've got the Collective County fucking fair thing, whatever it's called. It's in the Fair Park in Dallas, Texas, March 31st, April 2nd. WrestleMania weekend, blah 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 blah. So, the Thursday, March 31st, 11 AM, Glory Pro Wrestling. 3 PM, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 8. 8 PM, Joey Janela's Spring Break 6 Part 1. 11:59 PM, the only show that I'll probably watch live from this thing is Planet Death is coming back. Not Alex Colon's Planet Death, but Planet Death. So we'll 100% be watching that. So that'll start at fucking, oh god. Start at 4 in the morning, Jesus Christ. Friday, April 1st, we have 11 AM, JCW versus, JCW versus LA Fights. 3 PM for the Culture. 7:30 PM, Gringo Locals, The World on Lucha. And midnight, Joey Janela's Spring Break Part 2, The Greatest Clusterfuck. And then Saturday, which is the first day of WrestleMania, we've got 11 AM FA's Big Gay Brunch, 3 PM Mission Pro Wrestling, 7:30 PM Unsanctioned Pro, and midnight Black Label Pro. So that is the collective. I'll watch probably the Spring Breaks, and I'll definitely watch Planet Death. I don't know about the rest of it. Maybe the Lucha thing, because I kind of want to see that Psycho Clown match. But I don't know if the Psycho Clown thing's going to be, the Psycho Clown Dr. Wagner thing's going to be that, or who fucking knows. Anyway, that is the GCW stuff. Now, we move on to ruthless motherfucking pro wrestling, and I watched Cold Blooded when it came up on IWTV, which is January 29th at the VFW Hall in maybe Michigan. Where's the fucking card? I've got all these notes, I've got pages and pages of notes, and I've got notes on my phone. It never used to be like, see like that, see the one thing about the coronavirus, you know, like, there was less wrestling shows, so there's less fucking things to write down, but now there's so much fucking shit, man. Right, so we had, this was the same building that they had the tag tournament thing in. And the building looked slightly more empty, but it was still a decent enough crowd. Gary J against Sage Phillips, really good. Anytime Gary J's there, it's always fucking money. He chops the fuck out of people, he kicks the fuck out of people. He's probably one of the best, like, unknown, like, wrestlers around. He beat Sage Phillips. We got a tag team match, which was Swartzy and Kenny Urban, which is Fear and Loathing in Pro Wrestling against Balkan Season. Swartzy in that won, decent match. Apollo starred if he's Bruce Maxwell. I don't remember that match, to be honest with you. Midwest Scum, which is Dread King Logan and Zach Thomas, against Hayaza and Shane Mercer, two guys from, well, Hayaza was IWA Mid-South guy. I think it was meant to be Shane Mercer and KTB, but I don't think he was there. Basically, this match ended a double countout, and the person who came out with Midwest Scum, who's their new manager, is Darren McCarthy. What the fuck? Darren McCarthy, big fan of ICW, big partner of RPW. So this match went to a no contest, so I'll probably be, I think it's at the next show, or maybe the next something happened, there's going to be something, some people ran out, I can't remember, I'll get to it when I get to the next show, which will be Code Orange. Then the next match will be Justin Kyle against Hoodfoot, which came to a no contest, again another no contest for a title match. Match was going alright, because fucking, what is his name? Tommy Vendetta ran in, blasted Hoodfoot with fucking light tubes and made no contest. So it's going to be Hoodfoot against Vendetta at Code Orange. Then we got Ricky Shane Page against Madman Pondo. I think it was a little while, but they were having like a battle of like who can lose the most weight. This match was alright. There was like stop signs and cinder blocks and everything. RSP won with a roll up, and then Pondo got his heat back where he put the cinder block in Pondo's groin, hit it with a fucking sledgehammer. There he goes. He goes. The babyface gets his fucking heat back against the heel. Decent. Three-way barbed wire death match, like barbed wire boards, barbed wire bats, barbed wire sticks, barbed wire everything. Randy West beat Anakin Murphy and Matthias Thrasher. The Anakin Murphy guy, I think, really young kid. He did really fucking well, like in this first, like, I think it was his first death match. Really fucking good. Then we got Doors of Death. I think this might be Neil Diamond Cutter's first match back. I think after his like injury, he was against Malcolm Monroe III and light tube doors, light tube bundles, and this match was fucking awesome. Malcolm Monroe III like really fucking like gave it his all, and somebody, I think this is one of his first death matches too. Neil Diamond Cutter won, fucking really good to see Neil back, really fucking awesome. Loved to see the tubes and the glass. And Malcolm Monroe III fucking, he did fucking awesome too. All these like young kids, like the guy from H2O. The guy from, GCW 4 Loco in that cage match. Malcolm Monroe III, fucking Anakin Murphy, all these young guys, they're doing fucking really good, you know. Now the main event, we had the deathmatch Rust Belt title, Satujin defended against Otis Kogar. There was like slams through sheets of glass, Satu threw a sheet of glass at Akis Kogar. This was fucking like awesome fucking match. Satujin did win. He beat Kogar. I will say I love Kogar's, Otis Kogar sound. I might have said Atticus. So Otis Kogar's fucking white boots. His white boots look fucking cool. Satu won, beating Kogar, and after the match Kogar attacked Satu with light bulbs again, so I don't think this feud's over. Anyway, I mean the show was alright. It was like an average show from RPW. But I mean, I fucking enjoyed it. I love RPW. I did get one of their new t-shirts as well from Deathmatch Worldwide, but it is in the wash because all I wear is wrestling t-shirts. So hey ho. Now we will go to their Code Orange show. So this is that we've got 7 matches. This is at doors at 5:30. I think bell time 6 o'clock. So the show will probably run about 2 hours. Have an hour clear out before ICW Old Bard starts at doors 8 and then it starts at 9. So we've got Schwartzy against Jake Christ. That'll be decent. Always good to see Jake Christ anywhere. Hoodfoot against Tommy Vendetta to get the thingy back, to get his attack him for ruining his world title match. We've got the Young Dragons we've got Midwest Scum with Darren McCarthy against the Young Dragons, Dale Patricks and Josh Crane. We've got a fatal 4-way death match, Randy West, Mickey Knuckles, Madman Pondo and Neil fucking Diamond Cutter. That just spells fucking bloodbath on it. And then another fucking bloodbath for the Rust Belt title is Satu Jin against fucking Viking. Jesus Christ. Then we've got the RPW World title, Justin Kyle's defending against Dominic Guarini, and which I think should be the main event, either that or the Rust Belt, is John Wayne Murdoch against Big fucking Joe. First time ever. RPW fucking killing it. So happy they're partnered with Old Bard for so much stuff because it's good. I'd love to go to that show because then that's what I think KCW and Rise should be doing. Afternoon, evening. RPW in the afternoon, you know, NHB in the evening. KCW in the afternoon, Rise in the evening, you know. Saves all the fans having to get 2 hotels for 2 days. They've got both shows, all the wrestlers get bookings, fans buy tickets to both shows, get to see 2 shows. Anyway, what do I know? Then there's another thing that's actually happening is RPW are partnering up with No Peace fucking Underground to present Body Count Battle at Harpo's in Detroit, and this is going to be on May 7th. And Harpo's is that very famous music venue where GCW ran a show recently where you had Kevin Nash, there was Alex Shelley against Jimmy Jacobs, and there was also Hoodfoot against Alex Colon in that sick death match. So RPW and No Holds Barred, RPW and No Peace Underground, sorry. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. We'll get through this in the end. Now we will move on to H2O. I watched Hustle and Gold on IWTV. I only saw this like a couple of days ago. Where the fuck is the card for it? Hustle and Gold. Where is it? There we are. This is January 28th at the H2O Wrestling Centre. Relatively small crowd, you'd think, for like such like a big like title tournament show. But I mean, obviously it is in America. It's the same with like the RPW show. Like both these shows are like 28th, 29th of January. The weather must be fucking awful. Like it must be so fucking shit and cold and terrible. So any fans that go, fair play to many wrestlers that don't get stuck in snow and fucking shit like that. So you can appreciate why they've got slightly smaller crowds in January, especially in Detroit and fucking New Jersey. Anyway, so with this had the heavyweight title tournament. So the first match we had Chuck Payne against Brandon Kirk. Chuck Payne won, relatively short match. I was really wanting Brandon Kirk. I always want Brandon Kirk to win because he's fucking great. But hey ho, Chuck Payne won. Next match we got Ron Mathis against Mitch Vallon. Ron Mathis won. Always love his haircut. His fucking hair's fucking mad. I'm genuinely surprised they didn't put Jeff Cannibal against Mitch Vallon in the first round, or at least have them meet at some point. Maybe they're going to build it up for like a slightly bigger show. Then the next match we got Devin Moore against Jeff Cannibal. Jeff Cannibal's got like a new manager called Duncan Alim, who had like a sort of face mask thing on, who came down. It's alright, calm down this one. He's a good coach. Jeff Cannibal was wearing like dungarees and that, and he came in the ring, and it was like 5 minutes of like fucking about and stalling, and he walked out and got counted out, and Devin Moore won. Easy night for Devin Moore. Then we got probably one of the best matches of the night. G Raver against Marcus Mathers, and it became Raver's rules at one point. We had tattoo needles and things like that. This match is just genuinely go out your way to watch. It's really fucking good. Both guys are sensational. G Raver has now got a new manager in form of Evelyn Grace, who's the woman with the green hair, who's been like tormenting Marcus Mathers. She came down, helped out G Raver. G Raver was snogging her after it. Oh, dirty. But yeah, so G Raver beats Marcus Mathers now as a new manager. Another sort of wrinkle, another layer to his character, you know. Fair enough. Then we got a 5-way match, which I thought was kind of shit. I just didn't really like Mouse and Bam Sullivan in it, who were like former like rivals who were fighting in that like cage match and that. Really doing it was like more like comedy spots with the two other guys from White Trash Forever, and Kennedy Copeland was in it. Kennedy Copeland won at the end. It was alright. It's my least favourite match of the night. Next match, fucking awesome. These two kids are fucking great. This is another match to really check out. Reed Walker against Austin Luke. Reed Walker won, but my god, they were like flips and dives and reversals, and just, it was great. It was like, just what it was, I don't even know what to just compare it to. Just Germans and reversals and reverse pins and everything. It was like watching like very, very, very young versions of like Jerry Lynn and Rob Van Dam, like in their first ever sort of match together. It was just like really, really fucking crisp, really good. You can tell they've both got like such a bright future ahead of them. Then we got a Danny Havoc Hardcore title match, which is meant to be Lucky again. Well, sorry, it was meant to be Danny Havoc Hardcore title, Lucky against Jimmy Lloyd, but Lucky couldn't be there. I assume weather-related shit. So Jimmy Lloyd had an open challenge against a guy called Dylan McKay, who we've seen before. This is his first death match, and he fucking did amazing. There was light tubes, there was a ironing board with barbed wire on it, there was a board of nails, there was like two sort of like crates that you would keep like milk and stuff in. They were set with loads and loads of light tube things. Dylan McKay got busted open, put through everything, smacked with light tubes, and he was the one that got fucking like assault driver through that big thing of light bulbs and got beat. But he impressed the fuck out of me. This is another young guy, his first death match, really fucking giving his all. And he basically said that he was like a big fan and big friend of like Danny Havoc's and stuff, and did it to make Danny Havoc proud and stuff. Very nice match, very good, like nice, wholesome moment in the deathmatch community. Get more fucking Dylan McCain's in death matches, please. Fucking awesome. Then, in a match that was not even really a match, was Chris Bradley and Christian Ross against the Storm of Entrails, big fucking scared Dan O'Hare and Schlack. This just ended, like, I don't even think they got in the ring, they were just like brawling outside, throwing chairs at each other, no DQ, double count out. Matt Tremont comes out and basically says a barbed wire showdown, which I'll go over. It's going to be you two against you two in another match, but this time no rules or something. Barbed wire, light tubes, whatever. Because Ross and Bradley can do fucking deathmatch shit too. Then the next match we got was the title match. There were so many tables around the ring, like oldly looking tables. There was like 4 set up at one side, and there was like 4 like round the ring in a sort of snake. So we got Devin Moore, Chuck Payne, G Raver, Ron Mathis. Chuck Payne took a bump off the ladder through like 4 tables, and like he hit his head on one of them. Like, I thought he was gonna have a concussion. Scary. There was like a pile driver from Ron Mathis to G Raver through a table. G Raver did like a senton through a table on the outside. And in the end, Devin Moore won, became the new H2O champion. Always been a fan of Devin Moore since days of fucking Pro Wrestling Unplugged. A long fucking time ago now, in CZW. But then Declan Grant came down, reminiscent to Rhino attacking the Sandman for his world title shot, and basically said, if you don't give me this title shot against you, I'm gonna bash your head in until you become a banner up on that wall, basically referencing Danny Havoc being dead. Declan Grant doing alright with his little promos now, him and his wife or girlfriend, I can't remember what her name is. I will find that out in the next thing. Basically, match was over and like Devin Moore kicked out, but Declan Grant won. Declan Grant is now the new H2O World Heavyweight Championship. Ooh, that dirty, dirty bastard. So, show was good. Some of the matches, the first, so I'd say go out your way to watch G Raver, Marcus Mathers, watch Reed Walker, Austin Luke, watch Jimmy Lloyd, Dylan McKay, and watch the main event. The rest of the show, whatever. Then we move on to the Barbed Wire City Showdown, which is the next show. This is on the Sunday at 12 PM, February 20th, 12 PM, so that'll be on at 5. By this point I will probably be in Glasgow, so I might have to watch this after the fact. So, this will be at it's afternoon in the showboat before GCW's whatever the fuck it's called. Don't talk to me, or whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway, so we've got a 3-way. Adonis Valerio against Reed Walker against Kobe Carino, that'll be good. Six-man match, Devin Moore and Drew Blood, Notorious Inc. and Louis Ramos, what a team, against Chuck Payne, Declan Grant and Jess Moss. That's Declan Grant's missus' his name, Jess Moss. Six-man tag match. Then we've got B-Boy in H2O, mental. B-Boy, Duncan Aleem, Leroy Robson and Ryan Redfield in the four-way. We have got Darian Hardway versus Nicholas Grande. Not familiar with either of those two guys. Anyway, we've got another high-stakes six-man tag team match. Jimmy Lyon, Kennedy Copeland and Marcus Mathers against Austin, Luke, Brandon Kirk and Mark Angel. That'll be good. Then we've got the Ross and Bradley against Storm of Entrios rematch. And then main event, we've got Matt Tremont against Akis fucking Kogar in a match I can't fucking wait for. No rope, barbed wire. And more H2O news, it never ends. They are hosting a show on February 25th called No Easy Way Out at the H2O Wrestling Centre, and the main event will be the first time ever a steel cage. They've had cage matches before, like woodeny cages. Steel cage. Declan Grant defending his world title against Chuck Payne against Devin Moore, three-way main event cage match. So that'll be fucking awesome. So that's H2O news done. Jesus Christ, we are nearing the end before I have to go through all this, because these are my favourite 25 matches of last year. Why did I do all this on the same day? I'm an idiot. I could have easily made this into 2 videos, but fuck, who cares? Now, we move on to XPW, their deathmatch tournament. I mean, after their first show, they ran in New York, obviously Can't Do Blood, don't know why they were doing that. People thought, oh, they'll be dead, but this is looking fucking awesome. So we've got the deathmatch tournament California, which is in the Derby Room in Ponma in California. Go on the website to get tickets. XPW Original Girls will be there. Jasmine St. Clair, Jessica Darlin and Veronica Kane are going to be there. Also, we've got special appearances by other XPW legends, Vic fucking Grimes and Pogo the fucking Clown. I loved Pogo the Clown. When I used to read Power Slam magazines, and I often remember they covered a show called Exit Sandman, and I think it was Pogo against Sandman in a match. I always loved Pogo, like the look of him. I thought he looked fucking cool. Basically dressed like fucking like John Wayne Gacy or something. It is on the 9th of April, which is a Saturday night. My god, to try and find this information, why did I not fucking write that fucking shit down? We have got Dirty Ron, Masada, Schlack, Sage Sin, Hoodfoot, Matt Tremont, G-Raver, Eric fucking Ryan, and Big fucking Joe. We've got 9 announced. So we have still got another 7 people to be fucking announced for that show, holy fuck. And obviously we've got the XPW Girls, and we've got Pogo and fucking Big Grimes. Insane fucking shit. I think this is going to be a fight. And speaking of Big fucking Joe, Horrorslam are hosting a show on February 27th, which is the Sunday, which is the day after the RPW NHB 22 doubleheader. This is at the Heroes Hall in Brownston, Michigan. Jeff King basically said, I want a challenge and I'm calling out Big fucking Joe. Big fucking Joe's done a very, very funny like promo on his Facebook page, so go on Big Joe's Facebook page or Deathmatch Worldwide or fucking Deathmatch, Murder, Death, Kill, and all these pages, you'll find it. Basically saying like, yeah, fuck you, I'll come over and fight you. So their show's called Sunday Bloody Sunday, and February 27th, Big fucking Joe's against Jeff King at Horrorslam. Fucking insane. My god. And just before I move on, we have got the show that is happening tonight, which is the VXS. They were the ones that done that show last month, which had that amazing main event with AJ Gray and Matt Tremont. And I will just go over the card for this. So we have got, this is tonight on Fight. I'll probably watch it. I think they've got like 2 pre-show matches on. They'll be starting at 12 at night, but I think the main show starts at 1 in the morning. You've got the return of Aerial Assault. Remember those Aerial Assault matches CZW used to do in like 2009, 2010 shit? They had those boxes on the side of the ring. We've got Dylan McKay, the guy who had that amazing match against Jimmy Lloyd in H2O. Kinnaid, Cole Radricks, Ruckus, Eli Everfly, and Carino. Kobe Carino, that is. It'd be cool if Steve Carino was in it. Anyway, and the other matches for this show, we've also got Mike Bailey against Marcus. Like, this show looks fucking awesome. By the way, the VXS show is called Jimmy Lloyd's American Wasteland. Mike Bailey against Marcus Mathers. Rich Swann against Nick Wayne. Also got a triple threat ladder ultraviolent war for the H2O hardcore title, which is Lucky 13, Alex Colon, G Raver. Holy fuck. We've got PCO against Matthew Justice. Like, this card's awesome. Too Cold Scorpio against Slim J. I think Slim J used to be ROH years ago. Effie against Jimmy fucking Jacobs. And the main event, I think this is a show for like Jimmy Lloyd's birthday. It is Jimmy Lloyd in a Wasteland death match against Matt fucking Tremont. Holy fuck. So that's tonight, that is VXS Wrestling. It is at the H2O Wrestling Centre. And before I finally move on to Freedoms, John Wayne Murdoch and Pro Wrestling After Dark are hosting an intergender deathmatch tournament on April 9th at the Anchor Rock Club in Atlantic City. I think it's on the boardwalk, very, very near the Showboat Hotel. Called Violence for the Sake of. Anyway, so we've got 8 people already announced for this show. This is going to be fucking awesome. We've got Casanova Valentine, Randy West, Demoldor, I think he's a Mexican guy. I've never seen him, sure I've seen him in like Zona 23 and things like that. Sawyer Wreck, probably one of my favourite like women's wrestlers right now. Bam Sullivan, Sadie Suicide, who I think Sadie Suicide's doing like a burlesque show at this VXS show that's on tonight, I think. I've read something like that. Also that VXS show Nick Gage is fucking appearing too. Anyway, Sadie Suicide, Reed fucking Bentley and Casey Kirk. So that's your 8-person ultraviolent deathmatch intergender tournament. And the Pro Wrestling After Dark World title is going to be defended. The champion John Wayne Murdoch is going to be defending it against Brandon Kirk. That'll be anytime John Wayne Murdoch and Brandon Kirk are there, it's going to be fucking money. And appearances from the Sandman, and the ring announcer for the show is Larry fucking Legend. So what more could you fucking want? Now, Freedoms. I watched the Freedoms show. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck's the whole cunt? Right. So this show was called Go Beyond the Limit, hosted at Corrigan Hall on the 3rd of February. Just seen the Corrigan Hall. Anytime you see the Corrigan Hall, it's such a iconic building. To me, it's really even more fucking iconic than like the fucking ECW arena. So I watched the hardcore match and the death matches, the ones that I saw. So it was Mammoth Sasaki, Mammoth Sasaki, Takahashi Sasaki, and Takawa against ERE, Sakuda and Violento Jack, and Orca Yuto, who I think was filling in for Masashi Takeda, obviously because of the thing to do with his late wife and him being more or less effectively retired until such times as we know. So this match was really, really fucking good. Just sort of like lots of like ladder stuff, like spinning round with the ladders. There's a sort of ladder tug of war, and fucking Sakuda did a big fucking dive onto the fucking ladder. If you go on Murder Death Kill Club Facebook or Deathmatch Elite Facebook groups, you will be able to find these 3 matches that I'm talking about. Then we got a glass hell death match as Minoru Fujita defeated Rita Yamashita. There was 2 big panes of glass. There was like a big German instantly through a big pane of glass. There was a big superplex through a pane of glass. There was lots of like glass being smashed into people's faces and being put in people's mouths and punched out or kicked out or fucking that. Really, really fucking good match. These 2 kicked the fuck at each other. They're more or less like a tag team all the time anyway. They know each other very, very well. And Fujita won. Great match. And the main event, which was awesome. Fucking awesome. Masayoka against Yuki in a light tubes and concrete war death match. Yuki, anytime you see Yuki, you could just see how happy he is. You see the joy he gets in doing death matches. He just fucking loves it. There's so much charisma, so much happiness, just the smile and excitement he gets from doing fucking death matches and headbutting and concrete and fucking. There's so many like concrete blocks like smashed into people's backs and light tubes, and there's light tube tables, and just it was awesome. What a fucking great match. Like, these 2 kick the fuck out of each other. They can fucking wrestle better than anybody, and Masayoka won. So this match means that Masayoka is now the #1 contender for Jun Kasai's King of Freedom's title at the next Corrigan Hall show, I believe. So just please go your way to watch that. I mean, Yuki Masayoka was just awesome, fucking awesome. I want to see Yuki properly back over in the US or in the UK or anywhere. Just have him against anybody because he's brilliant. When he was over for TOS 3, he was against Nick Gage. Like, you know, he got a decent enough show and they had Kensins in their heads and stuff, but when you see him now in comparison to then, holy fuck, he's like a different animal. He's really one of my favourite fucking wrestlers in the world right now. And that is us for all of the information coming up, reviews and shit. Now, before we go into the depths of hell, I am going to go over a thing that I said I would do like 3 fucking episodes ago. And I am quickly going to go over my favourite fucking moments and favourite matches and favourite companies and stuff of the year. Make this as quick as humanly possible. I don't know what the cat's favourite wrestlers of the year are because it doesn't speak English. But if it did, I would ask her. Anyway, so this is my top 10 wrestlers of 2021. I know it's, you know, nearly March now, but hey ho. Number 10, Alex Colon. I just think his Ultraviolent title, he's sort of become the sort of deathmatch god in GCW. Had a fucking stellar year, but then again, these things, he would probably be a lot fucking higher, but like number 1 on his own list probably. But be a lot higher on other people's lists, but this is my own personal opinion because it's, as if with everything in wrestling, everything I say or whatever is my opinion. So hey ho, Alex Cole number 10. Number 9, Tank. Love the fucking Tank. Love the Reverend. Tank is like a career resurgence in ICW Notes Bar. That match he had with John Wayne Murdoch was fucking awesome. Love Tank. Love to see the Rev to cut a promo. Always love to see Tank. Can't wait to see him at NHB 22. Number 8, Nick Gage. For the few matches that he had in 2021, I mean, he had a fair few. He had the most important matches in deathmatch wrestling in 2021. His match with Matt Cardona, his match with RSP, the big fucking cage match, and his match with Chris Jericho are arguably some of the most important death matches. And his match with John Moxley are probably the 5 or 6 most important death matches of the entire of last year. They necessarily mean they were the best. The one with Matt Cardona probably is the best death match of the year, but it's important. Number 7, the Duke, John Wayne Murdoch, constant workhorse, the ICW Knowledge Bar champion all of last year. Well, from April, every single match. You can see almost every single one of these posters is John Wayne Murdoch in the main events. He main evented ICW, he put the company on his back, and he is the workhorse of NHB. He's probably one of the best, most consistent wrestlers. You know, if you see John Wayne Murdoch, you're going to see a good fucking match. Number 6, Eric Ryan, almost exactly the same as John Wayne Murdoch. I am just more of a fan of Eric Ryan. As I say, it's opinion based. Love Eric Ryan. Shane, he got fucking injured, but he is coming back, and he is going to fight fucking Viking soon. Number 5, Violento Jack. The Freedom's champion for a part of last year. His matches with Takeda, matches with Kasai, matches with fucking anybody. I mean, you see a Violento Jack match and you see Panes of Glass and Light Tubes, you know you're going to be in for a stellar fucking performance. Number 4 is a joint. It is Ruben Steele and Atticus Kogar. I was going to leave Ruben Steele off it, but just Ruben Steele in general, just any time I saw him, any match he had with anybody made me happy. He was fucking great. Him against Schlack or him against anyone. Him against Neil Diamond Cutter, I'll go on to talk about them later on. Just great. And Atticus Kogar is one of the main reasons I still watch GCW as consistently as I do, because he is the fucking, not the future, he's the present. He is one of the current most entertaining, interesting and best wrestlers, deathmatch wrestlers in the US by miles. Number 3, who would have thought? Joint number 3, Jun Kasai and Masashi Takeda, the two best Japanese deathmatch wrestlers, 2 of the best deathmatch wrestlers in the world. The ERE storyline, the matches that they had with each other, just against each other, tag matches, just the brutality and the blood and just the caring and effort they put into deathmatch wrestling. It's such a shame for Masashi Takeda, for his wife and for his family, what's happened with his wife. Such a shame. Hopefully we'll see him at some point, but my god, Masashi Takeda and Jun Kasai, 2 of the best in the world. At joint 3, and at number 2, one of my favourite wrestlers of all time, Neil Diamond Cutter. Always know you're going to get a good match. When you see Neil, when you hear fucking Neil Diamond Cutter's Sweet Caroline pump up, you're going to get a fucking great match. He did not have a bad match all year. He gives it his fucking all. He kills himself in every match he's in. And he was number 2, only beaten by one man, the Bev. my favourite wrestler all year is somebody who I hadn't even seen until I think NHB 21? NHB, sorry, 12? Farewell to the Pawn Shop, I think, his match against Reed Bentley. I was like, who the fuck's this Bobby Beverly guy? And since then, every single match, I love the fucking Bev. Love his music, love his ring gear, love his hat. Want to get one of his fucking t-shirts. The Bev has just been consistently my favourite fucking wrestler this year for death matches. Matches with Reed Bentley, matches with fucking Akira, matches with fucking... he's going to have a match against Hoodfoot. He's going to like just... He is awesome. He's probably one of my... 440 is brilliant. I don't even know what they're doing anymore, but every single person in 440 is amazing. So I have my top fucking 10 wrestlers of the year. My top 5 companies. Number 5, joint, is RPW Ruthless Pro Wrestling and H2O. These two smaller companies are true the reason they sort of prop up a lot of the other companies that we watch, like GCW or No Holds Barred and stuff. But they've got their own guys, they've got their own talent, they do their own shows, they've always got good commentary as well. So they're number 5. Number 4 is Rise. Rise in the UK is the UK's premier, I would say, deathmatch company. And they went from, I went to Outlaw Cup, I went to GOD, I'm going to be going to the Outlaw Tournament. They are keeping deathmatch wrestling sort of pushing up and up and up and up. And obviously with the help of TNT and KCW and potentially a new Scottish company arriving in the next little while. Rise is fucking awesome. Number 3, GCW / No Peace Underground. GCW is obviously the biggest company, biggest deathmatch company, independent company in America. But No Peace Underground, on joint with that, it still had some of the best fucking matches, the sound bar and stuff like that. No Peace Underground and GCW are sort of right in the middle of my fucking enjoyment. Because No Peace Underground is so small, GCW is so big, but violence wise they're comparable for the amount of just bloodshed that we've seen. Number 2 is Freedoms, and number 1, if it isn't fucking obvious by what's behind me, is ICW No Holds Barred. It is my company. And we move on to the top 5 moments of the fucking year last year. Number 5, Gage beats RSP at Spring Break and John Moxley turning up. I don't even think this match is even good. It is good, but in comparison to Run Ricky Run, I don't think it's got a fucking patch on Run Ricky Run. I think that this match was awesome. I remember it coming on, I remember being in bed, and I remember work the next day, and I set an alarm and got up. Like I think it was like my body like woke me up, and I woke up and I ran through just to catch the very end of Nick Gage coming out and John Moxley and everything, sitting there in the dark in complete silence, not trying to wake up anybody else in my house. And loved it. You know, you get that feeling with the Nick Gage matches where you're just like, you know, it's intense, it's fucking exciting. Number 4 was Matt Tremont against Onita for H2O Destiny. Just the whole thing in general, it was just, you know, great. It was fucking the fire, the bumps, Onita coming out. The crowd could have been bigger and stuff. Just the bumps, the exploding barbed wire, just obviously the thing of Matt Tremont coming back, Onita being in America, doing a proper exploding barbed wire match. Well, explosion match, sorry, not exploding barbed wire. It was fucking awesome. Number 3 was ICW No Holds Barred's reveal of that beautiful fucking belt. The American Deathmatch Championship between Ryan and Johnny Murdoch. It was just a beautiful belt. Loved it. Or still want to get a replica of that belt, Danny. Still, I want a fucking replica of that belt. Loved it. And we'll move on to number 2. Matt Cardona winning the GCW World Title. The match, the heat, the blood, the glass, the light tubes, just Gage, Cardona, the throwing shit in the ring, Cardona winning, the heat, just it was so fucking good. Just you get that reaction in wrestling these days for just somebody who's so hated and somebody who's so loved, and such a good fucking match and such violence. It was fucking perfect, perfect. And it was only beaten by one moment, and that was Nick Gage against Chris Jericho on mainstream TV. We had a death match, light tubes and panes of glass death match, Nick Gage against Chris Jericho on mainstream fucking TNT TV. I went on to speak about all this stuff in previous episodes, so go and fucking check them out. There's a big fucking playlist of them all. Gage turning up on AEW, couldn't believe it. Gage versus Jericho in AEW, couldn't believe it. Blood, light tubes, glass in AEW. It was a landmark moment for deathmatch wrestling, as for fans. for Nick Gage, for GCW, just for everybody. That was my number 1 moment. Number 2, Cardona beating Gage for the title, and number 1, Nick Gage on AEW and against Chris Jericho. That was my top 5 moments of 2021. And before we all dive, this episode's been too long. And quickly, I've got my top 25 matches of 2021. I'll just go through them all. I'll not give reasons because we'll be here all fucking day. These are opinions. Don't be a cunt. Right, 25. Dale Patrick's Kevin Giza, IWA King of the Death Matches versus Pro Wrestling Trainwreck Southern Sickness Cup Night 1. Number 24, Atticus Cogar against Casanova fucking Valentine at No Peace Underground Rewiring the Human Body. Number 23, Big Joe against Schlack at Rise's Games of Death 2. Number 22, Tremont versus Onita at H2O Destiny. Number 21, Tremont against the Bev at H2O Merry Effing Christmas. Number 20, Satu Jin against Ruben Steele at NHB 12 Farewell to the Pawn Shop. Number 19, Big Joe against Darko at Rise's Outlaw Cup. Number 18, Dale Patricks versus Neil Diamond Cutter at NHB Unlucky 13 Boardwalk Buds weekend. My god, just seeing there's going to be things I'm going to miss out. I've missed out stuff from TOS, missed out stuff from NGI, missed out stuff from King of the Death, but this is just my personal opinion. There's hundreds of thousands of fucking matches that have been fucking amazing this last year. Anyway, number 17, the Bev versus Reed fucking Bentley at NHB 12. This is a joint 17 with Ruben Steele versus Schlack at PFX Tournament Night 1 on April 9th. At Mania weekend. Then we move on to a joint 16, which is Satu Jin versus Hoodfoot from NHB 20, and joint with the Rise Games of Death 2 finals, wherever it is, somewhere at the bottom, which is Joe versus Iceman versus Darko versus Lou Nixon. And we move on to 15. Is Violento Jack versus Segura at the Freedoms, the Heart Blood Sacrifice Glassboard Lightship Deathmatch at Deathmatch Carnival Volume 1 for the Freedoms title. Number 14, Cruel versus Satu Jin at NHB 19, the Deathmatch Horror Story where Cruel became Cruel, basically, in Port Richey. Number 13, Eric Ryan and Atticus Cogar versus Schlack and Masada from No Peace Underground Acts of Annihilation. Number 12, Neil Diamond Cutter versus Sawyer Wreck at No Peace Underground Acts of Annihilation. Number 11, the Bev versus Reed fucking Bentley at NHB 20. There we are. Number 10, we have got Drew Parker versus Alex Colon at GCW Homecoming Night 1. Number 9, we have got Jun Kasai versus Violento Jack at Bloody Effing Christmas at the Corrigan Hall. I believe that's where Jun Kasai won the KFC title. Number 8, Bobby Beverly against Akira NHB 14 in the Bloodshed. Number 7, Ruben Steele versus Neil Diamond Cutter at Heavy Metal Wrestling's Power Blood, which I think was Ruben Steele's last match before he got fucking injured. Loved that fucking match. Number 6, Atticus Cogar versus Alex Colon TOS 666 Finals. Number 5, Violento Jack versus Takeda. KFC title 4 Corners of Danger Free Weapon Deathmatch at Deathmatch Carnival Volume 2. And we move on to the top 4 matches of last year for me personally. Number 4, Neil Diamond Cutter versus Alex fucking Ocean at No Peace Underground Rewiring the Human Body. Top 3 now. Number 3, John Wayne Murdoch versus Eric Ryan 60-minute Ironman deathmatch at NHB fucking 19. Number 2, Segura versus Yuki Freedom Shakedown Blockade Light Tube Bridge deathmatch at the Corrigan Hall on March 23rd. And number 1, my favourite match of last year, as I've already mentioned, Nick Gage versus Matt Cardona for the GCW title at Homecoming Night 1 at the Showboat on July 27th, Atlantic fucking City. There we go. Done all these bits of fucking paper. We're all done for this fucking episode 31. My Christ. Tonight is VXS. This weekend is GCW in Atlantic City and H2O in Atlantic City, and I'll be at ICW Scotland in fucking Glasgow. My god, this has been episode 31 of the News That Broke Glass. Next week, or next episode, we will have a new intro video thing. And thank you all for watching. And as we say on this channel, no deathmatch, no life.